The first scream came at midnight. By the time anyone reached the riverbank, the only thing left was a pair of small, muddy footprints leading into the dark water. That night, 3 search parties combed the woods, but no trace of 7-year-old Lily Carter was ever found. The only witness, her older brother Jacob, could only mumble through tears. The woman, she was crying. The Carters weren't the first family in Willow Creek to lose a child under such strange circumstances. For decades, whispered warnings of the weeping woman had passed through the small, rural town like a campfire tale that no one wanted to believe. But everyone knew the story. A grieving mother, her sorrow so profound that she wandered the creek's edge searching for her lost child, a child she had drowned in a moment of madness. They said her spirit lingered, taking other children to replace the one she lost. Jacob's account sent shivers through the townsfolk. He claimed that a pale woman in a torn, wet dress had appeared just outside their campsite. Her hollow eyes streamed with endless tears, and her voice was like a song, soft and lulling. She called for Lily by name, and Lily, as if entranced, followed her toward the water despite Jacob's desperate screams to stop. The last thing he remembered was the woman turning to him with an expression, part sorrow, part anger, before vanishing with his sister into the black, churning creek. The town held its breath as weeks turned into months, but Lily's disappearance was only the beginning. Over the next 2 years, 5 more children vanished. Each case was eerily similar, muddy footprints leading into the water, and the lingering sound of soft, mournful sobs. The creek, once a favorite spot for picnics and fishing, became a place of dread. Local authorities dismissed the supernatural theories and chalked up the disappearances to an elusive predator or kidnapper. But the people of Willow Creek knew better. The creek was cursed. Desperate, they turned to an unlikely source of help, Elena Vargas, a reclusive elderly woman rumored to be a bruja. Elena had lived in Willow Creek her entire life, and though most avoided her, her knowledge of the town's dark history was unmatched. Elena listened to the townsfolk's pleas before agreeing to help. She explained that the Weeping Woman, or La Llorona, as she was known in her culture, was not just a ghost, but a vengeful spirit bound by her guilt and anger. To stop her, they needed to find her remains and perform a ritual of release. After much searching, Elena led a small group to an overgrown clearing deep in the woods. There, they uncovered a shallow grave containing the skeleton of a woman clutching a small bundle of bones. "Her child," Elena whispered. The discovery sent chills through the group, but they wasted no time. By moonlight, they performed the ritual, burning sage and reciting prayers to free the tormented spirit. For a time, it seemed to work. The sobbing stopped, and the creek's eerie calm returned. Months passed without incident, and the town began to heal. But then, 1 year to the day after the ritual, a new sound emerged from the creek. Not sobbing this time, but laughter. Soft, chilling, and unmistakably female. Jacob, now a teenager, was the first to hear it. Drawn by an unseen force, he found himself at the water's edge once again. There, reflected in the moonlit water, was a woman's face, smiling wickedly. Behind him, a voice whispered, "Thank you for freeing me." The next morning, Jacob's footprints were found leading into the creek. His body was never recovered, and the legend of the Weeping Woman took on a far darker twist. She no longer wept for her child. She laughed for the ones she had claimed.